Well, hello, 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 and good evening. Maybe to a few of you, it's good morning, good afternoon, good day, and maybe good night, but wherever you are, welcome. Welcome to Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies. Tonight, we are in for a treat. It's a first, and I can't wait to share it with you. But for now, I am Joy Ruffin, and my work is as a leadership and style consultant, a signature style specialist, speaker, executive producer, TV host, and podcaster. And I am over the moon tonight because of our featured guest speaker. I could go on sharing with you what I do, but everything's listed. And tonight, I want you to meet someone that is a friend, a business partner, everything. And you need to meet her. And we're going to be talking a lot tonight about what she does and why she does it. Welcome, my friends. It's always good to share time and space with you. Tonight, my featured guest speaker is the president, founder of Laws of Life, and the director of litigations and the law firm we're going to be talking about a wee bit later. And her name is Blanca Perper. I can never get her name right. But this woman is phenomenal, and she is introducing me tonight to a first here on Leading Ladies. But before I go on and on and on, which you know I can do, help me to welcome our featured guest speaker tonight, Blanca. She prefers to be known as Blanca. She says, I go by many, many names, but I prefer Blanca. Blanca, what an honor to have you here tonight. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Joy. It is amazing to be here.
Oh, my goodness. Well, you're bringing me a first, another first. And you know, most of us enjoy our first in different ways, contingent on what it's all about. Contingent. And we're going to have fun here tonight. All right. We're not going to get too serious about anything. Blanca,
Good.
But before we bring on our honored featured guest speaker that comes with you, I want to share a little bit with the audience about what you do. You are the president and founder of what I absolutely applaud and celebrate every day, the Laws of Life. So tell us a little bit, how did you start the Laws of Life?
Well, in November of 2016, my dream was to have my own webcast show and to interview people from all over the world. So the Laws of Life started off as a show, and then it expanded into an international networking group where we have an international networking Zoom every Tuesday from 11 to 12:30, where the entire world is invited to network.
Yes, which I'm a part of and which I love. I'm only able to get there twice a month, but I celebrate and applaud that group. And I'm starting now to invite a lot of people, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But you know, Blanca, you are a powerful woman, lady, female. So is our engineer. And what we want to do now is introduce your featured guest speaker who came along with you, because what you do is exciting. You're the director of litigation. But let's bring on Scott. And I want you to introduce Scott Mager and tell us a little bit more about him. Hello, Scott, and welcome.
How you doing today?
I'm doing fine. Good to have you here. Good to have you here. I'm going to have Blanca, who is your partner in all good things, introduce you and share a little bit about you. Blanca, the stage is yours.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, it's truly my distinct honor and pleasure to introduce to you all Scott Mager, who is the senior partner of the Mager Paruas Law Firm, and also one of my best friends and biggest supporters. Scott is one of the top attorneys in the country. He is the lawyer of lawyers. The best law firms in the country hire Scott when they need a lawyer. He's also lectured judges. He's been invited to write publications for judges, and those publications have been shared amongst judges. He educates attorneys on the laws of evidence and civil procedure. He has spoken in front of hundreds of groups. He's a published author, a motivational speaker, and his cases, he has over 1,000 cases published, which is a massive, unique honor. And aside from all of his incredible credentials, he is also one of the most generous, kind, honest people, and helped me during one of my most difficult times in my life. So I'm just so happy to see you, Scott, and thanks for being here tonight.
Thanks for having me. It's awesome to be here.
Scott, I have to say that if ever there was a fan, there's one sitting here with you tonight. And I think she's going to make many more of us fans of yours. You are the senior partner, and you are the first male on the show. So this is an honor for me and for all of the people who will be viewing. And
That's awesome.
I think it's beyond awesome. So I mean, she gave us your history, but she also mentioned a lot about you. Share with us a little bit more about the joy and the delight. I mean, the lawyers call the lawyers to get to you because you are that powerful. So share with us a little bit about how that came about for you.
You know, it's interesting. I mean, I grew up in a legal family. My father was a prominent political official and then a judge at the highest level of courts. And so I always loved the law. It was always great. And I got involved in law, and God gifted me with a nice brain that I could really help people. I started winning cases, and there's nothing like winning. When you start winning, people start hiring you. And all of a sudden people realized that I was, you know, a little bit better than the next guy down the street. And I handled some very prominent and very newsworthy type cases, and put me on the map. And then, you know, from there, you know, I judges started contacting me about writing articles, and then I started doing training of lawyers and teaching at law schools and other types of things. And it's been a labor of love that, you know, to be able to practice law, to be able to change people's lives and help them in times of strife and in times of joy. And I parlayed it into a motivational career because I'd always enjoyed being able to change people's lives. I'd always enjoyed that power of being able to make someone feel better. And I seem to have that capability of doing that. And so I got on the soapbox and started talking to people, and hundreds and then thousands started listening and getting motivated. And it's just an amazing honor or privilege to be able to affect somebody positively. There's nothing really quite like being able to make somebody else's life a little better by something you say or do.
Scott, I can see, I can feel, I can hear exactly why Blanca is with you, because all of the things that you shared with us, there's a bit of humility and a humbleness about it, because you are talking about something that you do that's beyond powerful, the love of the legal family that you came from, the background and the inspiration and the love and the excitement and the joy that you give in winning for other people. I don't think anything beats that. So bravo to you. We get it now. We had it before, but now with your explanation, it's clear. This family of lawyers in the legal arena that you're from, I heard you say, did I hear you say that your father was a judge?
He was. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, Blanca is deep into litigation, and that's how she came to be with you, the director of litigation. So share with us a little bit about how long you've known her and how she came to be a director of litigation in your firm.
Yeah, I've known her for over a decade, and very, very talented and gifted woman. And I'm always super impressed by women who care enough about themselves and about others to be better people, to positively affect others, to have a, you know, pronounced effect on the positive life of others. And I had the privilege of being a mediator for a dispute that she was involved with, and she got a chance to see my commitment to the way I do things and my impatience with mediocrity. And you know, we had a chance to work together into the late hours, 2, 3 in the morning, to resolve a case. And she found that remarkably motivating and driving for her. And we became friends as a result, and stayed friends with her for a long time. And the first chance I got to hire a powerful woman like her, I jumped on it, and it's a real treat. It's a real treat.
Scott, I tell you, I love laughter, and I laugh all the time. They say the more you laugh and the louder, the truer it is, because all of the things that you shared, I can understand, I can receive. You used a word that I use all the time to let people know that that's not where I go. Mediocrity does not fit into my DNA. It just doesn't fit. Too many people accept, okay, it's all right, it'll do, blah, blah, blah. No. We want to rise, scale, climb to the best of the best within us. And I love the story of how you met us. Tell me,
and Joy,
yes.
I wanted to say is, you know, you talk about, you know, an impatience with mediocrity and that you agree with it. You know, I want to tell you a story about Colin Powell, and he had a friend of mine went to work for him, and the first day he gets there, Powell says, "Listen, I want you to write something up about the NAFTA treaty and bring it back to me by the end of the day." And so the guy's so excited, and he's got an opportunity to write this great thing. He writes this unbelievable thing. He gives it, he puts it in the outbox, you know, the inbox for Colin Powell. He comes back the next day, and on his desk is a little stick-em note. It says you can do better. He freaks out. Oh my God, what do I got to do? He spends the next 2 days. He does some research. He talks to a senator. He gets some more information, and he puts together, now it's up to like 15 pages, and he's got it detailed, and he puts it in the same inbox, and he comes back, and the next day, what do you know? That same post-it note is there. You can do better. He calls me on the phone. Oh my God, Scott, I'm going to lose my job. This is awful. I said, listen, just do the best you can. Make sure you look under every rock. And he spends the next 3 days. He talks to 10 senators. He does all the research. He makes an appointment with Colin Powell, and he goes in and he says to him, listen, this is the absolute best possible job I can do. He hands him the 25-page memo, and Colin Powell says, okay, now I'll read it. Your first product should be your best, and you should always strive to do the best you can. And that story drives home how important it is to be impatient with mediocrity and to do the best you can, because people, rely on that.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh, I love the story, Scott. I commend you for it, and I get the nuances of everything that you share with us. Blanca, we can see why you're there and why there is this kinship and partnership and why you are involved. Tell us about your appreciation and the value that you have for Scott, because we already have heard, seen, and felt what Scott is about. It has been received. So share with us your side of that.
I mean, the culture that is within the firm, I guess I'm starting my 3rd month now as director of litigation, and the culture that Scott has created is so positive. I'm literally, and I'm not exaggerating, guys, when I say this, that I jumped to come here every single day. I'm excited to be here because there's positive energy, professionalism, and a culture of collaboration, of collective feedback. Everyone is working toward the goal of helping our clients achieve their goals, and Scott is really at the lead of that. And he really does an extraordinary job. He's also a litigation expert, so he's really a mentor to all of us on ensuring that we are creating the best possible motions, the best discovery, the best trial. He's always meeting with us. Literally right before this show, we were meeting and learning from him strategically how to organize our cases. So I could literally go on for hours, but I'll just say that, Scott, you are an incredible, inspirational, positive leader, and you're always teaching us, you're always patient with us, and there's no fear. It's just an environment where you want to be your Colin Powell best.
You know what, Blanca? Thank you for sharing that. I think without question, everyone has received that. You mentioned words here. I'm a wordsmith, but never to impress, but to have clarity and to be clear. You mentioned the culture that he has created and positive environment. That's pure, true, I'm sick of the word, but I can't think of it, real, genuine leadership. That's authentic leadership. No matter what arena you're in, what business you're in, if that positive culture is involved with the environment, that's what will make people rise, scale, climb to all that they're there to be. So thank you for that. That was brilliant. I love it. Well, Scott, I don't brown nose, I don't sugarcoat and all those other adjectives, but I can see why there's a collaboration here, because I met Blanca through a very dear friend, distant but friend of mine, and I knew when I met Blanca that this was one that I wanted to be associated with. So I can see the camaraderie there. I can get it. Tell me, what is it that, I think I know the answer, but I'm always never assuming anything. What is it that lights you up the most in the work that you do that involves the people that you're serving?
Like I'd mentioned before, for me, I thoroughly enjoy the ability to make someone's life better. And there's a bunch of different ways you can do that. You can do that by, it might just be a simple bit of advice. It might be a motivational thing. It might be a piece of litigation. It might be something where you can better someone's life, or you can eliminate a problem that they thought they had, or you can dilute something that seemed worse than it was, and you're able to decrypt it for them in language that makes them feel better, that makes them feel like it's not the end of the world. And even the end of the world isn't the end of the world. But you realize that I don't need to have that worry or that anxiety or that stress, that I can look to the future with positive eyes. And I think that for me, being able to have the power to empower is really an extraordinary gift. and a wonderful honor.
There's no question about that. And back to what you just shared, making lives better. I'm in the woo-woo tribe. I'm in the spiritual tribe. I believe that we're here now to be all that we're here to be. This is the Earth School. And you mentioned something there about power, Scott. And I know that Blanca knows this because she's probably heard me say it over and over. I'm repetitive sometimes. You're looking to help people to be able to be, you are the conduit. You are the channel and the catalyst that enables others to get to the best within themselves, to alleviate the worry and the concern that they might be dealing with at the time, and to show and to share with them all the glory and the greatness that's within them. You mentioned Colin Powell, and one of the expressions that I use all the time is Les Brown, who said everyone has greatness within them. I believe that, don't you? Everyone does. But we all need our guides, our wayshowers, our messengers to show us, to share with us. So I'm really enjoying all of the excitement that you're bringing to us because, well, I don't attempt to be politically correct anymore. And I was about to say something, I hesitate, but I'm going to say it anyway. Lawyers, generally speaking, don't have the best reputation, but you're changing that by being all that you're here to be and standing in your integrity. Nothing beats that, nothing at all. Blanca?
I think it's important for everyone to understand that, you know, they have the power within them to make changes, to do the things that they need to do sometimes. And in fact, even more than sometimes, often, you know, when you hear negativity around you all the time, what happens is that it can squelch, it can diminish, you know, what you think you're capable of and what you're able to do. And, you know, I tell a funny story about, you know, two frogs that are hopping in the forest, and they're hopping, and all of a sudden by sheer misfortune, they land in this giant hole, and they can't get out of the hole. And the one frog is jumping up and down, and the other frog is telling him, "You're wasting your time. You're going to die." And all the friendly frogs crowd around the hole, and they're screaming and yelling. And the one frog, he's jumping, and after a while he gives up, and he gives up because he realizes that all the frogs above him are telling him, "You're never going to get up." And the other frog just keeps jumping. And what do you know? By sheer luck, that frog gets out. And the other frog said, "You know, the entire time we were screaming at you, and we were telling you that you don't waste your time. This is painful." And that frog said, "I was deaf. I thought you were cheering me on." So,
oh my God.
You know, what you hear and what you think governs the way you act. So if you change your environment and you create opportunities around you, and you remain optimistic, and you look at everything as this is good, or it's a good day, what happens is it tends to change your life in a positive way. For those of you that are out there that are struggling, that's the way you should approach life. And you'd be surprised how it will change when you get around positive people and when you think positively.
Well, Scott, I wouldn't be surprised, but you know, and I know, and Blanca and Kirill as well, and everyone who's tuning in, that even though that's really powerful and well said, that's a process for many of us. I love your energy and your way. You're a storyteller. I love that. So I'm going to take a quick reset here. We're going to take a moment or two. I'm going to speak to something that's coming up, and then we're going to put up something that you're about, Blanca. And then we're going to talk a little bit more about, I want people to be aware of the Laws of Life community and how they can join and what that's all about. So hold tight. Kirill is going to put both of you in the green room. I love saying that. And I'll be back with you in just a second. This guy, remember the name, Scott Mager, is phenomenal. You're going to have this video and all the information will be scrolling across, but make sure you connect with him. And not only with Scott, but with Blanca as well, because Blanca introduced us for the first time on Leading Ladies to this phenomenal, fantastic, absolutely marvelous male gent. And you need to connect with him. In the meantime, let's remember this. We're going into June. Can you believe it? Tomorrow. But I have a masterclass coming up July the 13th. And I want you to take a screenshot, a snapshot, get the video, however you get to it, and make sure you come there. I have so much excitement in the hopper, in the can, in the bottle, whatever for you, and you need to be there. If you're interested in showing up to be your best self and not settling into mediocrity, we mentioned that word before, then you're going to want to join me there, and you are going to walk away with priceless nuggets and tools. The masterclass, July the 13th. Now, I think we have something about Blanca's Laws of Life community, which I want you to bring up. I guess she doesn't have that right here now. Well, that's the case. Blanca, why don't you tell us a little bit more about the Laws of Life community? Because I really want people to come and join you there, because it's a wonderful networking community.
Absolutely. Every Tuesday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern on Zoom, you can pick up the Zoom link from my Facebook, The Laws of Life with Blanca, or Instagram, Blanca Laws of Life. And there is no fee for this networking group. And Mager Paruas Law Firm is the diamond sponsor of our platform. They make it all possible. And I'm very grateful to them for supporting this initiative. And it's just a great place for everybody to connect, build relationships, and we have a lot of collective marketing strategies that we utilize to leverage each other's brand and growth.
I absolutely applaud and celebrate that. I commend you for the work that you do because it's all heart and soul. And when I said I'm part of that woo-woo tribe, it's all about heart and soul connected and integrity at the top. And that's what you're about. And I can see that's where Scott comes in as well. And it's a wonderful networking community, vastly diverse, which I love because we're all one, but yet we're so vastly different. But we're one. A lot of people can't take that in, but you guys do. That I know. It's every Tuesday at 11 a.m. and all that information scrolls across. Scott, let me ask you, what is the end results that you want to leave as your legacy for what you bring into the fold for people to embrace and embody here and now? What is that legacy that you want to leave?
I think I would say it in two ways. The first thing I would say is that if I was to be remembered, it would be for making the lives of others better. And I hope that my contributions do that. And I would say that in that regard, if I can teach or change the way you think, I change the way you live. And so if we can get more people understanding that, you know, there are possibilities out there and that there are solutions inside of problems and that you have much more power than you think and you have control over your destiny, then I'm making a positive impact in your life. And whether it's through humor or through stories or through excitement and motivation, I hope that I leave a legacy that people think that I made a difference in this world in a positive way and that I positively affected other people.
I think, Scott, and there's no thinking, there's a knowing that what you just expressed to us applies to any and everyone who's in leadership, which we all are, and we want to make an impact on other people's lives. There's no question that the pandemic made more of us go inside than ever before. And that positive change, that pivot, that word that came about, which is simply change, it means that we all need all of this community, all of these different varieties of people and work jobs and skills that they have that we can be a part of, because you learn from everyone. So that making an impact, change their lives for the better, that's what we all hope for. I know that applies to you as well, Blanca, because of the broadcast that you do, the people that you bring together, the heart and soul that people come and they stay with you because they feel and they know your integrity. So that's your legacy. But then what else would you like your legacy to be?
Well, Scott's definitely influenced me to write a book along with Johnny Regan, the founder of the Global Vision. So that's one thing I would like to accomplish and tell that story. And there's so many stories with Scott. And one of the things he talked about, changing your mindset. When I was going through the most difficult chapter of my life, you really feel like the whole world is against you. And Scott was really not only my attorney for that chapter, but also my dearest friend. And he kept saying, "It's a great day. It's a great day." And at the time, I didn't really understand it. But what he really meant, and you can ask him, is that, you know, it is a great day. We're on the right side of the earth. We're alive. We're healthy. And today is going to be a better day, and we can get through anything. But I really don't think I would have gotten through that chapter without the friendship and support of Scott. And he's, you know, when you have good friends, good positive people around you, influencing you in positive ways, then you believe anything is possible.
Absolutely.
And that's also what gave birth to the Laws of Life platform, is that positive energy.
Absolutely. You know, there's no question. For me, it's always about, and Scott mentioned it, so did you, Blanca, and I know others feel the same. Everything goes under the three that I'm going to mention to you here now. It's about family, it's about relationships, and it's about community. And no matter what you're doing, that's what you're building. You want to be better. You want to be the guide, the messenger, the wayshore, whatever terminology you choose to use in that manner. And that's what both of you are doing. The time flies here. It goes quickly. So share with us a takeaway, a food for thought, a pearls of wisdom, whatever it is you want to leave us with. Kirill is scrolling across the bottom all of your data, all of your information, so they can join you in the laws of life, which I'm praying that they will do, and I will do my part to make that so. But Scott and then Blanca, what pearls of wisdom, what takeaway, what do you want to leave the audience with today? The stage is yours.
Today is the tomorrow we worried about yesterday. I wouldn't worry about the world coming to an end today because it's already tomorrow in Australia. What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny things than what lies within us. And so I would just say that, a successful person is one who can lay a foundation with the bricks that others throw at them. I would say, be positive and try to derive what opportunities are ahead of you. And don't let anxiety and worry get to you because they're wasted emotions that are always unhelpful and always unproductive.
Scott, as Whoopi Goldberg said in one of her movies, you're in trouble now because I fall in love, and I'm telling you, you have my heart here. Bless you, and thank you for coming. I love that. Blanca, I don't know how you're going to follow that, but the stage is yours.
I'm just two things. One is surround yourself with extraordinary people. So that's why I'm so blessed to be around Scott every day. He is such a force of nature, and I'm just so grateful. Secondly, you must have a purpose. And I think that's what keeps me alive and positive. You must have a purpose and a structure and a vision. And if you do that, all your actions make sense. So just keep going, keep staying positive, and keep creating your vision, even if it changes.
I love that. I love that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. The time goes here quickly, but the information that you shared with us is priceless and full of love and wisdom. Thank you. Thank you. Kirill is going to put you in the green room, and I'll be with you in a second. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I can only share with you this. Here are two dynamic people that you must meet, because for me and for you, or you wouldn't be here, it's all about being power-filled, being the conduit, the catalyst, the channel that enables others to step into their power and to their greatness and the gift and the genius that they were given. And that's exactly what these two beautiful people are offering you, me, all of us. The time flies here. It goes so quickly. I can't help that. But remember, we are the pilots of time. That said, I end with this, and I end with this every time, and it's from my heart to yours, sending you much, much love. Embrace it, embody it, take it in. Have a great rest of the week. And as always, much, much love. Cheers.